What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld Podcast. And right now we're going to be talking about the NFL Wildcard 2023. It was extremely exciting. Obviously, a lot of things went on throughout the entire weekend. We're going to break it down from the beginning. And I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what I think and what you can probably expect going forward. Starting off with the Seahawks and the Niners. Listen, bro, look, this Brock Purdy dude, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's not playing like a rookie or Mr. Irrelevant. So, you know, the only thing that I'm thinking about right now, and I know I'm thinking very, very far in the future for you Niner fans, is it him or Trey Lance? Because all this Tom Brady rumor stuff, nobody wants Tom Brady, bro. That dude, we're going to get to him in a second. That dude, he needs to go sit down, bro. Like, seriously, like, it's pretty much a wrap. And I know it's a lot going on with the team, and Todd Bowles sucks as a head coach, but we'll talk about that soon. But the bottom line is we got to, Purdy and Trey Lance. I'm going to say that Purdy is probably the better fit, regardless of what happens, just based on what I've seen him do. All right, now, sometimes it's not fair because we saw what happened. Lance got injured immediately, didn't really get a chance to see what he was doing, but he wasn't really, he wasn't performing the way that I think the Niner fans wanted right away. Did he fit some of the, the Shanahan offense? Yes, but this Purdy dude is running around with a lot of confidence that's transferring into the team. Christian McCaffrey's looking really good. Shout out to the Panthers for letting him go. DK Metcalf was a dog in this game, by the way, but let me just tell you guys what this game came down to, right? It came down to the fact that Geno Smith is what I thought he was. Now, I gave him a lot of credit, right? I gave him a lot of credit as he was playing well. Like, how can you not? But every time you think something's going to go wrong, he's that guy. It's going to go wrong. And I understand that he did, he opened up the eyes of a lot of people because he was playing extremely well. And I'm not going to take that away. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, this guy did this. Yeah, listen. He fumbled the ball. He threw, interceptions. Like, he did everything that Geno Smith does. And I don't know what it is about him, and that's why I never really trusted him. But when he was playing well, it's like, all right, maybe, he turned over a new leaf. You could teach a dog new tricks, things like that. Dude, I don't know. So the Seahawks have a lot of, decision-making to do in the offseason because I probably wouldn't bring him back as my starter. And I know you guys will be like, yo, but G, listen, I'm just telling you. It's something about him. He's going to give you a turnover. That's just what it is. I can't explain it. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I just cannot, the dude just does not make the right plays. That's all I'm saying. If you guys want to say, but G, listen, I understand everything that you guys want to tell me. This man cannot make the plays when needed. The Niners, on the other hand, defensively, they're playing well. Okay, look, Deebo Samuel being back, it's a lot of stuff going on. Kittle balling. It's going to be very, very tough to beat this team. Obviously, the Cowboys have them next week. I'll talk about that later. If you guys follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, I'll be giving you guys my predictions there as far as the playoff games, but they're going to be tough to beat. The Chargers and the Jaguars. So let's talk about this really quickly. Because, yeah, the Jaguars did the impossible, but is it really impossible if you did it against the Chargers? Like, the Chargers are so trash, bro. And I've been telling you, not only were they frauds, I told you in the last podcast, the Vikings were frauds as well. Because look, it's something about these teams, and you can call it very, very simply as the season comes to a close. Like, you could just call it. It's like, yo, this team sucks. Like, you just know. And even when they were down 27-0 and I was ranting on Twitter, I kind of felt like they're the Chargers, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, Herbert has regressed tremendously from what we thought he was going to be. And the whole staff, I don't know, maybe Sean Payton will end up there. I don't know. We got to see how it works out. But the playoffs aren't over yet. Maybe another team will probably end up getting Sean Payton and firing their coach. But with the way everything is right now, I'm not really scared of the Jags moving on. You know what I'm saying? Because I expected them to beat the Chargers. It's just the fact of how bad the Chargers actually are. And you realize that, wow, this team sucks, dude. And it's just disgusting to see. I gotta be totally honest. I saw a commercial for Justin Herbert with a bank or something afterwards, and I don't want to sign up to that bank. I don't even know what the bank was, but it was playing, I guess they thought they were going to beat the Jaguars, and I'm like, yo, why would I want to sign up with a bank that guy goes to? You know what I'm saying? I know it's just promotion, but it's yo, that's how bad they lost. I was just disgusted with it. I didn't know what was going on. Completely, utterly disgusted. And, ultimately, it is what it is. The Jaguars moved on. The Jaguars, they played hard. Trevor Lawrence, 4 picks, and then 4 touchdowns. Dude, voila, that's what you got. But was I overly impressed by this? No, because I did not believe the Chargers were going to win the game, regardless. So even when they were up 27-0, it's bro, they're the Chargers. They're going to charge her, and that's exactly what happened. They charged her. The Dolphins and the Bills. This game had me nervous. Let me be totally upfront and honest. This game had me nervous because I don't know why it was this close, and it was really getting annoying with Josh Allen throwing picks and the turnovers and stupidness, fumbling, all that crap he was doing. It's probably, dude, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how I want to gauge this, because I want to say that the Dolphins were tougher than we thought, but then again, the Bills should have easily won this game, so I don't know exactly which way I want to go with this. And you guys got to bear with me. Like, this is like really, really crazy that this whole thing went down like that, where it came down to, you know, a field goal. This game shouldn't have been close, and that's just the obvious truth about it. So it is the playoffs. Anything can happen, all that good stuff. I get all that, but I was very disappointed overall with the way that it worked out. So I got to take a look at it. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and act like, you know what I'm saying, it's all good. I definitely got to take a look at it and figure out what the hell the Bills are doing, because I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. So I'm like, yo, Kansas City might just run right through them if they play like that. You know what I'm saying? KC might be all over them boys. I didn't like it. The Dolphins, on the other hand, I'm very, very happy they didn't play Teddy Tapwater. I think Teddy Tapwater is one of the most useless players in the league. And the reason that I think he's useless is because he's not going to win you games. He's just good to catch a snap. Like, he's good to snap it and hand it off to a running back, bro. Other than that, he's throwing you a Stevie. Like, the dude is just, he's been awful for a while. So, you know, what did he have? Like the Skyler guy, or whatever his name is. That guy played a lot better than both Tua and Teddy Tapwater, in my opinion. He came in there, he played well, and I think for the most part, Tua was electric to start the year, but his lack of being able to get the ball out, and also whatever the guy's name is, I forgot his name now. I know it's like Skyler, or some kind of crap that his name is, bro. But listen, doesn't matter. Nobody can get the ball down the field to those fast receivers, bro. Like, they are super fast, and they need a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes. I would look and go crazy about getting a big arm QB this offseason for the Dolphins. I would get rid of Tua, and I would get somebody that can get the ball down the field, because you have some super fast wide receivers. And let me tell you something. If that quarterback could have gotten the ball to them, it's a wrap. Waddle and Tyreek Hill are always running past everybody, but you can't get the ball. Look, I'm going to give you an example. Dante Culpepper, although he was trash, he made a living by having a big arm and getting the ball to Randy Moss. Food for thought. Who else was another bum? Jay Cutler. Getting the ball down the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, having those big arms. If you have a big arm QB, Matthew Stafford, he's trash now. That guy with Megatron. I could just keep naming them. If you got a big arm, you're going to be good. These guys can't get the ball down the field, so I didn't like it. But ultimately, the Bills won, and I picked them, so it worked out pretty well. Giants and the Vikings. Like I told you guys, the Vikings are frauds. They were frauds all year. We knew what it was. We knew that the Giants were going to win this game. It was just embarrassing to watch it happen. Now, Daniel Jones went crazy, and this game should have been a blowout. For you Viking fans that are saying, oh my God, the Giants got lucky, this game should have actually been a blowout. Daniel Jones played very, very well, and he threw some passes that the receivers just cleanly dropped. This receiving core is more trash than Brett Maher. How you say his name? Brett Maher, the kicker from the Dallas Cowboys, who should be getting... Bro, that guy should not even have been able to fly back with the team. That guy sucks. That kicker, get rid of him now. But the Giants... I got to be totally honest with you guys. They went crazy. And Saquon's back. Love to see it. But again, dude, Kirk Cousins, I don't know what he's doing. You got to get, what do you got? Get 8-9 yards and he threw the ball 4 yards? Like, bro, listen, get Kirk Cousins out of here, bro. That dude sucks. But the Vikings, they were frauds. I knew that this was going to happen. They bracketed Jettas. You know what I'm saying? Justin Jefferson all game. He couldn't do nothing. He don't got the speed to get over the top like these faster receivers. So he's a route runner. You know what I'm saying? The thing that made Randy Moss great, when you were doing all that double team bracket, he's just running by both of you idiots. Like, look, all right, I'm going to see you in the end zone. You can't get another Randy Moss. That's why I don't talk to people when they talk about, oh, the new Randy. No. Randy Moss was a different breed. Stop it. Okay, you weren't bracketing, and dude, he's running right past both of you. That's what was going to happen. So in this regard right here, I got to be totally upfront and honest with you guys. I wasn't surprised that I did pick the Giants, and some of you guys called me crazy. Who's crazy now? Ravens and the Bengals. Now, this came down to a Tyler Huntley fumble when he tried to reach across to get the ball across the goal line. Very, very stupid play. Give the ball to J.K. Dobbins. It reminded me of those vibes with Seattle and the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Like, what are you doing, dummies? Just run the ball in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. The Ravens could have won this game, but I'm glad that they lost because it would have been more hysteria over, whether Lamar Jackson can come back and all that stuff. Lamar Jackson is doing the right thing for himself. They didn't have any respect for him. They didn't want to give him his money. Stay and continue to rehab. don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? All these people, I was very disappointed in a lot of these past athletes that wanted that young man to go out there and put everything on the line when the organization doesn't care about him. It's a very, very bad look for past players. Any one of them that said that, I don't care who it was, for them to say that, for Lamar Jackson to put on a brace. Very, very disgusting to hear it, to be honest. The Ravens should be ashamed of themselves as far as negotiating, because I tell you this much, if he was paid, it's different. Because now it's cool. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, all right, look, this team believes in me. I could try to, do what I got to do for the rehab. Because a lot of it with Lamar Jackson, the way that he is, obviously he's a mobile quarterback. He needs it. Mentally, I think he wasn't trying to do it because he's just like, you know what? This team doesn't care about me. And the mind is like, in my opinion, the mind is like 90% of rehab. If you ever gone through anything, the more positive vibes you have, the easier you heal. That's just from my experience. So I don't think he was thinking about even getting out on the field, and that's the Ravens' fault. And I would love to see that young man go to another team and go to a Super Bowl, win it, and laugh at the Ravens. I'm disgusted with the Ravens, bro. That is an MVP. It is extremely difficult to be an MVP in this league. You have an MVP on your roster and you treat him like that. You deserve this loss. Bengals didn't play overly well. I don't really want to say that it was their best game. But again, it is what it is. The Ravens are tough defensively, and it worked out that way. But the biggest thing about this game was the Huntley fumble. You know what I'm saying? They get that score. I think the Bengals lose this game. So it is what it is. I can't, I can't really say anything about, the overall game. Joe Burrow played well for the most part. He made some good throws, stuff like that. But sometimes the game comes down to something like that. That's a 98-yard fumble. And honestly, when that happened, I couldn't even believe it was happening. I was like, I thought the ball was dead. I thought the ball crossed the line. I know most of you guys did too, but that's what it came down to. And ultimately, that was the game. And, the Bengals are moving on. Not really excited about the way they won, but it's the playoffs. And then finally, we have the game of the day. All right? Well, the game of the weekend. Let me not say the day, because, it was only one game yesterday. Cowboys and the Buccaneers. Now, let me tell you something, right? I'm going to be totally honest. Tom Brady threw the ball 66 times for 351 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tom Brady was awful, okay? Overall, the throws that he made and some of the things that he was doing, I was like, this guy needs to go sit down and figure it out. Dude, I think that him coming back, right, after the way they lost, because they had a better shot last year than they did this year, he should have just left after his the Super Bowl when he went there. That should have been it. Because, the team is not what it once was. I think Todd Bowles is a horrible coach. There's a lot going on there, but he doesn't look the same. And it's time for him to move on. I don't even care if the players get open. He was throwing some really bad passes, like over and over again. Like at some points, Mike Evans was wide open, and he was just throwing the ball anywhere but to Mike Evans. I don't know what he was doing. So I think it's time for him to just walk away. It's kind of embarrassing the way he's going to do it as opposed to the way he could have done it. When Michael Jordan went to the Wizards, right, he was still averaging decent points, but they weren't really doing anything. So it's like, all right, cool. If the Wizards would have won a championship, I think Michael Jordan would have stepped away and just said, I'm done with it, instead of continuing to embarrass himself and not be what he once was. It was just about him having it and getting it out of his system. And the reason that I compare them is because they're both really, really GOATs of their game. He should have left. You don't want to see the GOAT look like that, because this is the footage that they'll bring up. They won't bring up all the other things that he did. They'll bring this kind of stuff up. So you always go out on top. And I don't know what he's doing, but we're not going to talk about him anymore, because the bottom line is he needs to go home and go sit down and just never play football again and just recognize all the great accomplishments that he had. And he just played 2 years too much. 2 years too much. Now, Dakota Rain Prescott deserves a lot of credit, okay? 5 touchdowns. He looked like he was cooking. The Buccaneers defense could not do anything. He was reading the defense. He knew what was going on. Maybe the Buccaneers are just trash. I don't know. But Dak looked really good. All right. The kicker, I would tell you this, right? I believe the kicker should never play in the league again. And I know that that's harsh, but when you can't make extra points and you miss 4, I think it was like 5 consecutive from the last game, but you miss 4, those points are very, very critical in the game. Brett Maher, dude, that is an absolutely disgusting performance. All right, I don't know, I don't know what else to say. I just don't think he should ever play in the league. Let me just put it like this, right? If I hire you to do something for me, like say I hire you as a plumber, right, and you start fixing my electricity, even if you're doing that, you're not doing the right job. Like, why are you not doing what I hired you for? Is my point. Like, I'm going to fire you anyway because I hired you as a plumber. Like, dude, you can't come in and not know anything about plumbing and start fixing electricity when I hired you as a plumber, because I still need the plumbing job done. This dummy, he's supposed to be out there kicking field goals. I don't know what he's doing. That dude sucks at the game of football, but we're not going to get into that. I'm going to let you guys know, Jerry Jones should have that guy gone before the next couple days. No way that guy plays another snap. They got to go find somebody off the street that can make a goddamn field goal. And the Cowboys will have a chance against the Niners. I want to thank all of you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Wildcard Weekend. I'm going to see you guys back with the divisional round. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your day. Until next time, one love, y'all.